Hi everyone, today's topic is about food. The title is Food Please. This lesson objectives are to identify food in countable and uncountable correctly and to use the phrase there are some and there is some correctly. Let's look at the vocabulary about the food. Onions, lettuce, chocolate, biscuits, sugar, and flour. In this food, there are some countable and uncountable objects. Which are they? Before we proceed, let's look at this song. The title is I'm Hungry. Listen and match.
Listen and match. Then sing. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry, what can we make? There's some flour in the cupboard, there's some chocolate and some sugar. Let's make some biscuits, let's make some biscuits, let's make some biscuits now.
There's some lettuce on the table. There are some tomatoes and some onions. Let's make some salad. Let's make some salad. Let's make some salad now.
Now look at the phrase in blue. The first one is there's some flour. The next one is there's some chocolate, some sugar, some biscuits, some lettuce, there are some tomatoes, some onions, some salad. What is some? Some means beberapa atau sedikit. Do you notice that some of the phrases started with there's some and another one started with there are some? What's the difference? It is depends on the type of the object, countable and uncountable. Countable means sesuatu yang boleh dikira and uncountable is sesuatu yang tidak boleh dikira secara satu per satu. The example of countable objects are like eggs, onions, biscuits, while for uncountable objects are like flour, oil, milk, and others. So when we should use the word there is or there are? For countable object, it can be both, which is it can be in single or plural. Single means one, plural means many. If the object is only one, we use the word there is. Okay, example, there is an egg. We use the sentence started with there are when there are many objects. Example, there are some eggs, there are 2 onions, there are biscuits. On the other hand, we start the sentence with there's some for the object which is uncountable. What is uncountable? Something that cannot be counted. Example, sugar, you cannot count it one by one. Salt, you cannot count it one by one because there are so much, too much. We cannot count it one by one. Same goes to the milk, oil, and flour. We cannot count it one by one unless there are in a cup. Example, a cup of milk. Then we can count it as 1 cup. But if there is no cup, we cannot say there is a milk. We cannot say like that, okay? We can say only there is some milk. So let's go back to the song. Look at the highlighted word in blue. There's some flour. So flour is uncountable. That's why we started with there's some. Same goes to the chocolate and sugar. But when you are talking about biscuits, we should start with there are some biscuits. Same goes to the tomatoes. We can count the tomatoes, so we start the sentence with there are some tomatoes and some onions. Let's try to do this exercise. Please differentiate which are countable and uncountable objects. The objects are onions, biscuits, chocolate, sugar, eggs, lettuce, carrots, tomatoes, flour, and milk. These are the answers. Onions, biscuits, carrots, tomatoes, eggs are countable objects, while lettuce, chocolate, sugar, flour, and milk are uncountable nouns. So, for the countable nouns, we can use the phrase there are some. Look at the answers. There are some onions, there are some biscuits, there are some carrots, there are some tomatoes, and there are some eggs. Meanwhile, the uncountable object, we start the sentence with there's some. There's some lettuce, there's some chocolate, there's some sugar, there's some milk, and there's some oil. I hope you are clear with the difference between there are some and there is some. Now, let's try the do-it-yourself exercise. Please do this in your exercise book. Complete the crossword puzzle. Number 1 has been given to you. The answer is chocolate. So what is number 2, 3, 4, and 5? Write down the answer in your exercise book. The other exercise is to write the sentences. Look at the things in the fridge. Use the words given and write down the sentences correctly. Use the word there's or there are according to the category. 2 answers has been given to you. Bananas. Since bananas is countable object, so we start with there are some bananas. So number 2 is chocolate. Since chocolate is uncountable, so we start the sentence with there's some chocolate. Please complete the rest of the exercise by yourself. That's all for now. Thank you. See you again.